Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's segment of Al's Gals, we're going to answer a relationship question. But before we do that, I'm going to let these ladies introduce themselves.
I'm Kimberly, and I'm currently single. That's it? Come on. I mean, give yourself more credit. Just be a single girl. I got nothing else. The fuck have I meant? Well, from my point of view, I'm looking at it as a single woman compared to relationship and married, I guess.
Alright, I'm Olivia, I'm 21, senior in college and currently working part-time in Columbus. I have been in a relationship for 10 months. It's my first relationship, so I've been in some other complicated relationship things, but this is my first long-term, kind of serious one, so that's my perspective.
I'm the old lady of the group. I'm Dr. Adams, and I'm 34. I've been happily married most of the time. I will keep it real with you all. For 9 going on 10 years, have 2 beautiful babies. So, yes, I'm excited for this panel.
I guess mine's just a roller coaster right now, so.
We got lots of perspective.
Yeah, right.
So, the question we're going to answer today is, do people change? I guess in relationships, like, I mean, there's different kinds, like if your ex comes back, has that person really changed? And then obviously I do think people change because I've changed. I'm not the same person I was when I was 18 years old, you know. When I first had my first college relationship, I was young, you know, didn't see things from the perspective that my boyfriend was seeing because he was 5 years older than me. But yeah, so I think people change because I've changed myself, but I don't know. I guess you'd have to define what an ex is. How long did you guys date? You know, I feel like people I dated in middle school, you know, those weren't really my boyfriends. No offense, guys. But yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like it depends on how long you dated, how long you were separated, but I do think people can change. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think I disagree with that. I had a boyfriend last year, and he cheated on me, and then he came back into my life, thought he was this whole new person. That lasted about like a week, and then he cheated again. So probably I would say no. I mean, I guess it depends on the person, but with my experience, I don't think people are willing to change or have changed.
You know, my Nana, bless her heart, she always told me, once a cheater, always a cheater. And I used to think the same way. I used to be like, oh, because I think that I pride myself on always looking for the best in people. And even though I get hurt a lot, and even though like people wrong me or whatever, and stuff happens, like I want to see the best in people. But when it comes to relationships, so someone who's going to be your partner in life, I would say that I would be very cautious about believing that people will change in that type of a relationship, because I think that, and I'm not a psychologist, so oh geez, please. If you are having problems, see a therapist. I would say, in my experience, my limited experience, and I've been cheated on too, like several times, and like I do think people can change, but I think that it takes years usually for people to change, or something. It takes something monumental in their lives for like a shift. Like there has to be some, usually like purposeful crappy thing that makes someone change, or they just grow up, right, to some extent. And so it's hard to say they're never going to change, or they might change. Like that's kind of a gamble that you make, especially if you've been hurt. Like Kimberly said, if somebody cheated on, that's like a deep hurt. Myself, fully speaking for myself, like my husband and I have had this conversation, like that would be the one thing that I might divorce you over. Like if you ever did that, you know, like if, you know, I've said I will divorce you before I cheat on you. So just know that would come first.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Because I think after you've been cheated on, you're just that trust. Like there's no trust. And that you're working from this place of deficit. It's hard enough. Like it's hard. Having a relationship for it's hard.
Yeah. Well, like you said, your ex came back. I've had an ex come back, and I did thought he changed. Because, again, you say it takes years for people to change, and I agree, because, again, like I said, I'm 24 now. I'm not the same person I was when I was 18. It didn't happen overnight. I do believe in the cliche quote, you don't know what you got till it's gone. But I was going to say, with when X had come back, I think in a sense that he realized what he had, because we were together for a while, and I don't think it happened overnight either. I think during the whole time, and when he started to lose me, I think he noticed, like, oh, this girl's a keeper because I'm amazing. So
How long did it take for him to come back?
Oh,
Nope. Answer.
never. It's complicated. It's
No.
a roller coaster. We never really left.
Yeah, then he
so.
didn't change. I'm so sorry, but
yeah,
like,
he always had you
yeah. So
in some way.
if you didn't go a period of time without communicating, no social media, no texting, no phone calls, no seeing each other, and I don't know how you could trust that he had changed or evolved as a person because you had always been in contact with him.
Well, I started seeing someone new because we weren't together technically, and then obviously some people say, "Oh, he only wants you because you're with somebody else." Again, you don't know what you got till it's gone. So I kind of left, but I didn't. It's complicated, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna give you a piece of advice because unsolicited. You're young. You're young.
Yeah.
But life goes very quickly. And so, like, my friends who I have a younger sister. Oh gosh, hopefully she never sees this. She'll be so mad. But like, she knows though. Like, she's in her 30s, and you know, she's having. It's different when you date in your 30s, right? And a lot of her friends were like, "I'm waiting for like the perfect guy," and so I say this for two reasons. Like, don't waste your time. There's someone out there who's gonna love you, and that person should treat you like gold. Let me tell you, like, my husband Kyle is like the most phenomenal person I've ever. Like, I love him, but I love him because I noticed how he treated other people and how he treated me, and he's so thoughtful, he's so kind, but he's not perfect, right? So like I don't like. It's very hard to have a long-term relationship. Like, you have to work at it,
Yeah.
and you bring all your baggage into it, and they bring all their baggage, and all of us are screwed up inside, every single one of us. And so you have to work on that. So for me, I think it would be very difficult coming from a place of a deficit. So by that I mean, if somebody cheated on you and there's no trust, or like you're like, oh, maybe it's him. I mean, I think you should be at a point in your life where you're like, no. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time, because you don't want to wake up and 5 years have went by and you're like, crap, I should have figured this out 5 years ago, because now I'm 30 or 35 and it's hard. The dating scene is hard too. You know, that's not a position that, I don't know. I mean, everybody's journey is different. Everybody's different, but I got to a point where I was like, if you know what, on the second date you're treating me like, no.
And I think you deserve kind of that like honeymoon phase where it's like
Yes.
it's new and it's fun and you have those butterflies and there's things you don't know and you have to share each other's secrets, and you know, you're not starting at a place of like, okay, we have to work at this and it's going to be hard. You should have that just kind of natural fun beginning of like a relationship. And I 100% know where you're coming from, because like companionship, especially in this phase of life for us, you know, you're in grad school, like companionship's nice. Like, it's a lonely part kind of our lives, because like we don't know what the future holds, you know, we're kind of this weird, we are adults, but like we still, you know, we're not having salaries, like full-time salaries, we, you know, we can't support ourselves 100% yet, and you know, it's a tough, so companionship, I get it, but so if you can rationalize, okay, I'm just gonna have this person around to just keep me company and be a companion, but you know, if we grow apart or if something else happens, like I know there's better people out there, then sure, but I personally wouldn't go back and invest time in building a long-term relationship with a person that I thought changed, but there just was a tricky past with.
Or you just rip the
It's-
dang band-aid
I
off,
know.
and you say bye, and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Well-
how hard is he gonna fight to get back with you?
Yeah.
And there's
What if
marriage
he
will
doesn't?
come out.
Because my ex, so my boyfriend now, I've been literally in November 20th, it'll be a year since we had actually met, which is weird. That's weird. But anyway, my ex came back as soon as I started like talking to Jake, and I was with him freshman year. I clearly had feelings with him all of sophomore year. We kind of played cat and mouse. Junior year, we didn't speak at all. So end of junior year, it's like November to January range, middle of junior year, comes back. And I'm like, okay, we didn't speak, you know, all this year, we didn't speak this summer, you had other girlfriends, like we, you know, drawn apart. And so I'm in this weird phase of, okay, do I try this with Jake? I don't know him, like he doesn't go here, and then, or do I get back with Dom? And my friends, like, it was split. Some of them were like, maybe he changed, you loved him at one point, like he's here, he's comfortable. And my friend gave me a wonderful analogy. Thank you, Alex Matthews. I hope you watch this at one point. I will show you the link. He said, it's like Walmart and Kroger and Finley.